What's up, everybody? My name is Tim Moswick, and today I want to talk about something that's boring. And believe it or not, we're talking about success. So, success, a lot of people think, is this crazy epic thing that happens when you throw passion in a room with talent, and everybody just works together and everything happens, and you just work and work and work, and everybody's so excited, and everybody wakes up in the morning super pumped up to get the stuff done. And then you release it and you make a bunch of money and everybody retires. And it's not how it works. Not how it works at all. Success, in my experience anyway, I could be wrong. I'm just one dude. Success is boring. Every time that I've had any kind of success, I'm talking number validated success, I'm talking financial success, I'm talking social success, anything that I've achieved in life has had a long, boring, tedious process attached to it. Let's take social, for example, right? I talk about how I'm an introvert and how I don't really like interacting with people and how I kind of suck at social interactions. Well, I don't really anymore, but I've gotten good at it. Being on camera is something I had to learn. I'll never forget the first time I tried to sit in front of a camera. I was so like weird. I kept twitching my shoulder because I was just like, oh, I don't like this. I felt super uncomfortable. I would sweat. I would get sweaty palms. I would say fucked up things. I would just like, I would go blank so much, right? But with practice, with 450 some videos now on the channel, I've gotten pretty good at it, right? And it's a long, boring, tedious process. All those videos. I did not have fun making every single one of those videos. I'm sorry, no matter what any YouTuber tells you. This is not 100% passion and fun time all the time. It is boring. Anybody in my life can tell you that there are so many times where I don't want to do a video. I do not want to get up and do it and make it happen and come up with the concept and then do all the stuff and then upload it and like sometimes it takes everything in my being to get up and do a video, but I do it anyway because I know that it's moving me forward towards my goal. Same thing with, you know, becoming better socially, making eye contact, learning how to talk to people, learning how to make friends. All that stuff took a lot of work, took a lot of reading, took a lot of practicing, and a lot of really super awkward situations of me putting myself in to get there. When I was building my company, it took a lot of very uncomfortable work hours, just like putting work in and day out. It took a lot of sacrifices to make that happen. I used to have an income that like fluctuated in like a wave because I would notice that I could, when I got super motivated and I couldn't pay the rent, I would work a bunch, I would get a bunch done, I would get a bunch of clients, and I would be able to pay the rent, and then I would have money and be on the high end, excuse me, and then on the low end, because I would get comfortable and I would just kind of like sit down and not do anything. And what I realized, in order to grow, you got to break out of that. And in order to break out of that, you got to do the boring work. Anybody that's making a game longer than a couple months to a year to a couple years, they'll tell you there is a lot of super boring work attached to that. Not just in the game development, not just the dark work that nobody sees. Like, there is so much work, like in marketing, in communication, in talking to people and getting stuff out there, in preparing assets, in like boring, tedious stuff. Like sometimes you got to copy and paste from like CSV files and do all kinds of stuff. That's just super boring. But that's where the success comes from. Doing the stuff that nobody wants to do, doing the stuff that, like, you know, is just there that needs to be done. You got to get it done. So my message for today is not that you shouldn't be passionate about what you do, shouldn't love what you do, but I've talked about this before. Passion does not equal unlimited motivation, and it's really hard to have super motivation and super crazy like inspiration when you got to do the boring ass work. When you got to do the work that nobody wants to do, and you got to sit down, you got to do it anyway, whether people think so or not. And so I encourage you to just know that if you want to be successful in anything in life, not just game development, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to do the boring work. You got to be prepared to do the boring work. once you do the boring work and you figure it all out, then you can set stuff up and build businesses and hire people to do all that stuff. But you got to do it the first time. Everybody's got to do it the first time. Everybody has to learn all of the ropes by doing all the boring work. So that's my message. If you want to be successful, you got to do boring shit. That's just how it works. Wish I had something better to say, but that's what I got for you. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Let me know if you've ever had something that was super boring that actually paid off for you. I would love to know down in the comments. Leave me one of those. But once again, my name is Tim Roswick, and I'll see you again tomorrow.